I am so washed out. This light is so not flattering at all. Hold, please. So bright. That's a little bit better. I think that's a little bit better. Okay. Good morning, Janet. Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. I don't know. I don't know where anyone is. Good morning, MM Win. Margaret? Is it Margaret? You know, my hair looks one way in the mirror, and then I get on here where I have the mirror, not mirror, but like the way I actually look. And it's like completely different. Spring break. Oh, maybe people are on vacation. Maybe. I can call you MM. Okay. So sorry. Yawning. Still waking up, as you can see. How was everyone's weekend? Hopefully we'll get more people coming in. I am, as I have been, running a little bit behind schedule. I need to clean off my desk. Good morning, Darlene. I'm on it today. Oh, that's not correct. Where is... Excuse me. Mercy. My thing is showing that there's like nobody online, which is really weird. And I can't what do you call it? I can't refresh it. Good morning, AK. You're on your walking pad? That's awesome. I am not. As you can see, I opted not to be on mine at the moment, but I will be on it later on today. I have a workout, and then I have a lot of work I got to do at my desk, and I will definitely be walking later. Yep. Yes, Darlene. I did say your name. Did you not hear it? I did say your name. I got it today because I've been thinking about it. All right. Let us get started. Oh, 1 second. Let me pop this in there. Okay. No. All right. I think that's correct. That's not correct. Oops. All right. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and are ready for Monday. Okay. We're going to pop this in here. All right, here we go. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Anne. Busy weekend, went to a wedding. Oh, went wedding dress shopping with your daughter. Awesome. How fun. How fun. All right, let's get started. We're reading Psalm 81 today, a call to obedience for the choir director on Gittith. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is a psalm of Asaph, as so many of them are. For anybody who is watching the replay or is here and doesn't know what I'm reading from this volume called Psalms of the Bible. It has all the Psalms of the Bible in both the Christian Standard and King James versions. And we are on 81. It says, "Sing for joy to God our strength. Shout in triumph to the God of Jacob." I'm still waking up. I'm trying not to yawn. "Lift up a song, play the tambourine, the melodious lyre, and the harp. Blow the horn on the day of our feasts, during the new moon and during the full moon. For this is a statute for Israel, an ordinance of the God of Jacob. He set it up as a decree for Joseph when he went throughout the land of Egypt." I heard an unfamiliar language. I relieved his shoulder from the burden. His hands were free from carrying the basket. You called out in distress, and I rescued you. I answered you from the thundercloud. I tested you at the waters of Meribah, Selah. Listen, my people, and I will admonish you. Israel, if you would only listen to me, there must not be a strange God among you. You must not bow down to a foreign God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you up from the land of Egypt. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people did not listen to my voice. Israel did not obey me. So I gave them over to their stubborn hearts, to follow their own plans. If only my people would listen to me, and Israel would follow my ways, I would quickly subdue their enemies and turn my hand against their foes. Those who hate the Lord would cower to him. Their doom would last forever. But he would feed Israel with the best wheat. I would satisfy you with honey from the rock. That was Psalm 81, a call for obedience. Basically, another iteration of the Lord saying that if you would keep covenant the way you said you would, everything would be fine. You would be blessed. I would be able to bless you the way I want to. And unfortunately, they didn't. See, musical instruments must have been cherished items as they are now for some. Oh, I would imagine so, right? I would imagine so. And they must have been beautiful to hear. Yeah, that would have been really beautiful to hear. All right, let us do an icebreaker question. I don't know why my computer or my live is not showing me how many people there are on the call. Excuse me, I am so sorry, you all. Still waking up. We're going to use the Cultivate Conversation cards this morning, and I'm going to roll the dice. Pink, which is knowing yourself. Okay, let's see what we got here. Sometimes these really only says there's only one. That is so weird. Huh. Okay. Mine says 0. So I'm not sure what's happening. YouTube is got a little fluke. I can't refresh it. Otherwise it would start us over again. And there's no need for that because it's working otherwise. Okay. Well, I guess it's just you and me then. I know there's more, but okay, we'll see. All right, sometimes these kinds of questions can be a little difficult to answer because it requires us to be a bit introspective, which is, I don't know, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. But here's the question. The category is knowing yourself. Good morning, Alma. Knowing yourself. What is your favorite attribute of yourself or favorite part of your personality? What is your favorite attribute about yourself or your favorite part of your personality? By the way, conversation cards from Cultivate. If you are interested in these, all the things that we generally use on the Monday morning show are linked on my favorites page, which is in the description box below. What is your favorite attribute about yourself or your favorite part of your personality? I like, let's see, AK says perseverance. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's good. I was going to go with something much less. I don't know if important is the right word. It's not that it's not important. It sounds less noble. The thing that I was going to say. I don't know. I like that I'm a nerd. I like that I'm nerdy and like music. I enjoy that. That's more of a personality thing, right? Than an attribute. Or is that an attribute? I don't know. What about you all? Your favorite part about a favorite attribute of yourself or a favorite part of your personality? AK likes that she is that she has perseverance. And I like being a nerd. What do y'all got? All right. As you guys are potentially putting that, it comes from hard times. It often does. Perseverance, I don't think perseverance can be cultivated or grown in easy times. It needs tension and what was the word I want? Tension, pressure, pushback. It needs challenge. It's the only way it can grow. That's why some of the strongest people are the ones who have gone through some of the hardest things. All right. Nobody else? Okay, today I come to you with my planner all set up for the week. My to-do list and everything, my priorities. That is usually not the case. But I did get it done this weekend. So I'm going to go back to my list from last week and see what we got done. I did not do... Let's see. I had 3 priorities, 3 to-do list items. I think I only completed 1 out of the entire list of 6 items for the week. Not because I wasn't getting things done, but I was getting other things done. So we're going to call that a wash. It's fine. We're going to call it a wash, though. This week, I do have my top 3 priorities. But let me know in the chat how you all did. Were you able to get your list done? Did you have to prioritize other things like I did? While you are potentially putting things in the chat, I'm going to run to the other room real quick because I got to go grab something. And I have to grab 2 things. Give me 2 seconds. Not literally. Just give me 1 second per each thing I have to grab. I will be right back. So yeah, let me know in the chat if you are so inclined. Did you finish your priorities for last week? And then are you, did you finish your priorities last week? How did it go? And then if you already know what you have going on this week, you can put those in the chat too. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Okay. No comments. Not a problem. I don't know if you guys are commenting and it's just not working, or if you guys are just not commenting, which is fine. I just don't know if it's not working. Ah. Let's see. Okay. Excuse me. So for me, my top priorities are I have some work to do in the community in Club 119. I have some major work to do in the community. I have some sewing I want to do. I wanted to sew last week and I didn't. So that was on my list and it did not get done. And then I got to work on taxes. I have my in regular, yearly taxes, and I've got to file quarterly taxes. So those things need to get finished. And then I have a whole list here that I got to do on top of that. So I have a really busy week. Let me know. Okay, are you guys trying to comment and it's not working? Like, just put like an emoji or something. Just let me know that you're there, because YouTube's being a little wonky. If you don't have anything in terms of priorities to talk about, that's fine. I just want to make sure that it's working. Like, are we still on? Okay, you're there. Okay, just making sure. Good. Says, I was able to complete a task that was from a month ago. Awesome. That is awesome. All right, we have two MMs. Okay, we have M. McKinley, and then we have MM, who's Margaret, but she says that I can call her MM. So M. McKinley, do you want me to call you McKinley? What is your given name? Unless you want me to call you McKinley, I can. Top priority for this week are all garden related. Awesome. That sounds fun. Your son just came to help put a little greenhouse together. Oh, that is so cool. Let's see. 3 days. Oh, sorry. 3 warmer days this week. Working out in the garden. Hand surgeon appointment on Wednesday. Last week's phone calls were all made. Nice. Some kitchen stuff done, but not all. That's good. Let's see. You worked on your tasks, but completed. I'm laughing, Darlene, because I can totally relate. That was the week before last. I worked on all of my stuff, but finished none of them. Totally understand. Excuse me. All right, McKinley, your name is Molly. Hello, Molly. Let's see. You were slow to speak. That's okay. Oh man, you guys with your garden related tasks. I'm still trying to decide if I'm planting an herb garden this year. I should just do it. The reason why I'm a little slow too is because last year I spent so many hours working. We did plant an herb garden and then I forgot about it and I did not take care of it. And in the Texas heat, you have to absolutely be on it. Otherwise, everything just burns and dies. So, anywho, I should just go ahead and plant an herb garden. Okay, I have multiple appointments this week. Let me make sure I have all of them down. Paying rent this week. We're signing our new lease this week. Yeah. Fun. Okay. So I need to double check. Hold on one second. You've been fighting oak leaves and strong winds here in Florida. Oh, mercy. That doesn't sound fun at all. At all. All right, that's at 10 o'clock. So I have an appointment at 10. Okay. Now on Wednesday, I have, let me just double check this. You all, since I had my priorities all listed out, I'm just going to double check. My appointments for the week. I have at least 3 I need to get to. Oh, and I need to run to the store 11 o'clock Central. Okay, 11 Central. Okay. And you run to the grocery store and make sure that. Oh, and I have another appointment at 7 on Tuesday. I need to get salad. That's what I'm trying to say. I need to get salad at the store. That's all I'm trying to say, literally. My gosh. All right. You've been trying to keep it simple since it's Holy Week. You're going to read, write, clean, and prepare for Easter. That sounds lovely. I do need to do some cleaning too. I usually don't have that many appointments in 1 week. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. I'm going to try to schedule 2 appointments on Thursday. I have a regular doctor's appointment on Thursday. I'm going to try to schedule my eye exam the same day so I can just knock them all out. Right? Okay. All right. So I think I've got everything. Beloved tax season. Let's see. You weren't going to plant anything. This is Alma, but you couldn't resist when you saw the plants at HEB. Oh my gosh. I know. And am I going to HEB today? I'm going to Costco. I might go to HEB. You bought an olive tree, tomato plants, and some flowers to replace what died in your front yard pots. Oh, that sounds so nice. I need to find some plants that are good with just shade because my front stoop porch situation is all shade. Like it doesn't get much sun at all. So I need to find some plants that will be okay in the shade. I know they exist. I just haven't done that. I just need to do that. Okay. You know what? I have no room for anything else on here. I'm gonna have to write another side to my to-do list. Oh, on a sticky note. Okay. Get herbs and front porch plants. But then I gotta get planters. I do have that one thing. Okay, maybe. All right, here we go. Okay. Ooh, Lily of the Valley would be nice. Those are pretty. All right, you all, throw out some colors. Let's pick some books today. Throw out some colors. We've got everything over here and books over there. You can't see them all, but they're there. Oops. They are there. Give me 3 colors and we'll pick. I need to clean my desk. Clean desk. We're writing that down. Clean desk. There's just something about white. Okay, we want a white spine. I've got a lot of white spines over there, as you can see. Over there. There's something orange. Okay. There's something about having like my stickers and whatnot all in my washi tape. Makes it all look pretty, and I like want to open up my planner. All right, yellow, white, and orange. What have we got? Yellow, white, and orange. We'll start with white because I know I have a lot of that. Let's see. We're so free. Come and see. Okay. All right. Come and sing. This one. Okay. Yellow and orange. I need my stool for this. That's not dangerous at all. All right. Orange. All right, I think we're gonna do all okay, here we go. Good morning, Donna. Oh, hi, Ruben. I didn't even see you before. When you said yellow, I didn't even see your name when I saw yellow. I just saw yellow. Let's see. Still feeling challenged that you can't identify one attribute about yourself that you like. And I'm sure there are many. I'm sure there are many. This is why I'm telling you. It's a little hard sometimes to be introspective. It's a little hard sometimes to be introspective because I think a lot of times we're really, really familiar about what we don't like about ourselves, so much so that we can't identify what we like about ourselves. And so that's the challenge. Stuff on my shirt. What is that on my shirt? Let's see. You started off Holy Week by binge listening to Ride on King Jesus, which commemorates a triumphal entry. That's wonderful, Donna. Let's see. You worked on your power sheets. Finally, monthly review, quarterly review. Awesome. I need to do my half an hour done on your walking pad. Fantastic. AK's been on her walking pad, y'all. If you missed it earlier, and she's got half an hour done. This is what I'm assuming you are referring to. I need to work on my power sheets for April and my quarterly refresh. Okay. I've got 4 books. Yes. All right. Number 1, we'll do the white spines first. I have, let's start with fiction. So, you all, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago that I was putting together a blog post of books from my shelves, not commemorating, in honor of Women's History Month, which is almost done tomorrow. But I've been having some technical difficulties behind the scenes with my Substack and my Amazon account, and it's been delaying and delaying and delaying. I'm like talking to customer service, blah, blah, blah. Boring, frustrating. Anyway, so I haven't been able to post this, but when I was working on that post, I came across this book. I came across a lot of books I forgot I had, including this one. This one's called White Collar Girl by Renee Rosen. White Collar Girl by Renee Rosen. Why do I feel like I've done this one like not too long ago? Everything is, excuse me, everything is feeling very like recent because I worked on this post for so long. I don't even know if that makes sense. Anyway, it does in my brain. Every second of every day, something is happening. There's a story out there buried in the muck, and Jordan Walsh, coming from a family of esteemed reporters, wants to be the one to dig it up. But it's 1955, and the men who dominate the city room of the Chicago Tribune have no interest in making room for a female cub reporter. Instead, Jordan is relegated to Society News, reporting on Marilyn Monroe sightings at the Pump Room and the latest charity balls. Even with her journalistic legacy and connections to luminaries such as Mike Royko, Nelson Algreen, and Ernest Hemingway, Jordan struggles to be taken seriously. Of course, that all changes the moment she establishes a secret source inside Mayor Daley's office and gets her hands on some confidential information. Now, careers and lives are hanging on Jordan's every word. But if she succeeds in landing her stories on the front page, there's no guarantee she'll remain above the fold. One, what do you call this? Review says part historical drama, part mystery, part romance, and all cleverly told. So White Collar Girl, I haven't read this one. I've had it for a while, I think. I don't know how long I've had it. I'm going to double check, but it looks really good. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. Mercy. Here we go. Let's check the database. Sorry, I didn't mean to. White Collar Girl. Okay. I've had it since last year. Okay, so I've only had it for about a year. Anyway, it looks really good. Based in Chicago. Yep, based in Chicago, which for those of you who don't know, that's where I am from the Chicago suburbs. So that's a lovely 1950s Chicago journalism, Chicago Tribune, secrets. There's mystery, which is intriguing. Okay, the last three are nonfiction. We're going to start again with another white spine. This one's called Christians and the Common Good. This is another soft rec. I have not read I have not read this one. One of them I partially read, but we'll get to that in a second. Christians and the Common Good, Charles E. Gutenson, How Faith Intersects with Public Life. You're from Gary, as in Gary, Indiana? You worked in Chicago for 4 years. Awesome. Is there a Gary, Illinois? Am I stupid? I totally could have missed that there's a Gary, Illinois. Sorry. Okay. Christians for the Common Good by Charles E. Gutenson. Gary, Indiana, awesome. Then that means we were neighbors. Mm-hmm. Does God intend for us to live together? That's the question that starts our back cover copy. Christians across the spectrum have soured on religious involvement in politics, tempted either to withdraw or to secularize their public engagement. Yet the kingdom of God is clearly concerned with justice and communal well-being. How can Christians be active in public life without getting mired down in political polarization and controversy? For too long, the question of faith in public life has centered on what the Bible says about government. This book argues that we should first ask how God intends for us to live together before considering particular public policies and governmental institutions. By concentrating on the nature of God, we can move past presuppositions regarding the role of government and form a responsible framework for engaging in healthy discussions about how to best serve the common good. So, Christians and the common good, how faith intersects with public life. This one just looks really interesting. I'm pretty sure I picked it up. I forgot where I picked this up. In fact, let's double check. This is why we have the database. Let's see if I have this one filed. Christians and the common good. I don't think I've had it for very long. Oops, I'm typing and nothing's happening. Okay, Christians and the common good. All right, I got this from, yeah, I figured. Okay, I picked this up at Mardel, and it was probably on clearance, like a really big clearance. Yeah, it was $1. I picked this up for $1 on clearance at Mardel back in 24. So yeah, it looked really interesting. So we'll see. If anybody ends up picking it up or reading it before I do, let me know. Christians and the common good. I think it's an important conversation. All right, for the yellow spine, we have a book that is on my to-do list for this year. This is on my reading list, my TBR for this year. It's called, and I didn't take the sticker off. It's called 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. Have we talked about this? I don't remember. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. I think, if I remember correctly, the premise is to remember that we are not infinite, that we are not, I'm sorry, not infinite. We do not live forever, right? We have an expiration date on this side of paradise. And so we ought to live and manage our time as though it is limited, because it is limited. You don't remember this one? Okay, thank you very much, Darlene. Okay, so Time Management for Mortals, Oliver Burkeman. Here we go. It says, Oliver Burkeman. Oliver Burkeman's New York Times bestseller, 4,000 Weeks, has struck a deep chord with many readers. Nobody needs to be told that there isn't enough time. Whether we're starting our own business, trying to write a novel during our lunch break, or staring down a pile of deadlines as we're planning a vacation, we're obsessed with our lengthening to-do lists, overfilled inboxes, work-life balance, and ceaseless struggle against distraction. We're deluged, I almost said deluded. We are deluged with advice on becoming more productive and efficient, and life hacks to optimize our days. But such techniques often end up making things worse. The sense of anxious hurry grows more intense, and yet the most meaningful part of life seems to lie just beyond the horizon. Still, we rarely make the connection between our daily struggles with time and the ultimate time management problem, which is the challenge of how best to use our 4,000 weeks, the average length of a human life. Drawing on the insights of both ancient and contemporary philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual teachers, Oliver Burkeman delivers an engaging, that's not even the word that it says. My brain just autofilled. Okay. You've been pronouncing deluged incorrectly. Listen, I could have pronounced it incorrectly. That's just how I think it's pronounced. Deluged? Okay, somebody else needs to weigh in. All right, let me finish this. Okay, drawing on the insights of both ancient and contemporary philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual teachers, Oliver Burkeman delivers an entertaining, humorous, practical, and ultimately profound guide to time and time management. Rejecting the futile modern obsession with getting everything done, 4,000 Weeks introduces readers to tools for constructing a meaningful life by embracing finitude. Yeah. Showing that many of the unhelpful ways we've come to think about time aren't inescapable, unchanging truths, but choices we've made as individuals and as a society, and that we can do things differently. I'm going to read the last sentence one more time. It's a really long sentence. Okay, the last paragraph is 2 sentences. Rejecting the futile modern obsession with getting everything done, 4,000 Weeks introduces readers to tools for constructing a meaningful life by embracing finitude, showing that many of the unhelpful ways we've come to think about time aren't inescapable, unchanging truths, but choices we've made as individuals and as a society, and that we can do things differently. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. You don't know about being directly involved in government, but you've been thinking of asking the Facebook group if anyone wants to start a prayer group to fight the data center a business wants to put in. Interesting. I think everybody, should desire to be involved in their community. And when I say community, you can define that any way you want to: small, medium, big, small, medium, large, in some way. And I think everybody is called by God to be involved, to lend their voice, to lend a hand in some way, whether that's locally or globally, local, regional, global, whatever that looks like. And that is going to look different for everybody. So some people feel called to get involved in the government in some way, shape, or form at some level. Others, like you are saying, advocating for, or not advocating, but protesting against a data center. And both are worthwhile efforts. If you believe in something, if you believe if you just believe in something, I'm trying to be more eloquent than that. But if you believe in something and you care enough about something, that's what I'm trying to say, then we should lend our voices and our hands to that end. That's important. Let's see. Alma, time management has always been a struggle. That's why the Lord gave me my husband. I love that. That's so fun. Oh, that's good. All right, we got one more book. This one's called Wrestling Prayer, A Passionate Communion with God by Eric and Leslie Ludy. This is an older book. When I was single, I followed their ministry quite closely. I haven't in a long time. But anyway, they're still around. They still have a ministry. And I have several of their books. This one I never finished. As you can see, there's a Post-it note. Can you see that? There's an orange, I can never get this right. There's an orange Post-it note signifying where I stopped. At some point, I need to finish this book. All right. Wrestling Prayer, Passionate Communication with God. A passionate communion with God. Do you long to pray more effectively? Are you ready to pray with real power and experience real results? Powerful prayer leads to powerful living. This has been confirmed by great spiritual warriors such as King David, the Apostle Paul, Augustine, John Knox, David Brainerd, Hudson Taylor, Amy Carmichael, and others. Did you know God desires to work through you in the same mighty ways he worked through them? Wrestling prayer is the key that unlocks the supernatural strength that moves mountains and calms storms. It can radically transform your life and unleash God's power in ways beyond what you can even imagine. The mightiest of all weapons is yours to use. Join Eric and Leslie as they lead you on an inspiring journey and discover how wrestling prayer can alter every area of your life. You'll never be the same. So, if you're looking for a good book on prayer, this might be one. I trust their voices. From what I remember, it's been a long time since I've read one of their books. So from what I can remember, I trust their voices and I have high expectations for this one. Again, we're talking like it's been over a decade since I picked this up. I just never finished it. I have several of those, you all. I have several books that I start and never finish. It just happens. Okay, so we have a fiction pick, White Collar Girl by Renee Rosen. We have Christians and the Common Good by Charles E. Gutenson. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. And Wrestling Prayer by Eric and Leslie Ludy. So, A nice little stack there. Take a sip of water. Ooh, I am dehydrated. So dehydrated. Okay, let's pull a couple of challenges. Oh, last week, one of the challenges was to do 5 squats or another exercise of some kind, strength exercise of choice, every hour for the day. And I did it on Monday for most of the hours, and then I completely forgot about it after that. So it got done, but just once. All right. Okay, so I'm going to use, we have the Wellness Action Deck from Cultivate and the Faith Action Deck. My goal is to pick one of each. We'll see what we got here. Again, if you're interested in either of these tools, they are linked. Oh, my goodness. They are linked in my favorites page, which is linked in the description box. Oh, we have done that. All right. This is an interesting exercise. We'll do that. Okay, so there's a yellow Faith one. Okay, let's do a green one. Nice. You did it all week? That's fantastic, Darlene. Keep it up. I didn't do that, but I did work out 4 times last week, which for me is saying something because I do not. I'm building my workout routine, and it's hard, and sometimes I don't like it because I'm not good at the routine. I'm doing a good old-fashioned strength aerobic situation with weightlifting and all that kind of stuff, and it is hard and kicking my tail, and I don't like not being good at stuff. That's the hardest part for me, is not being good at something. It's so hard. And I don't like it at all. But I've been working out fairly consistently for the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, it's getting there. We're getting there. Okay, here we go. I would like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Darlene. I just, how it is when you're starting something out and you're like, I can do this. And then you get to like the 3rd or 4th day and you're like, I can't do this anymore. But you have to. And I just keep thinking about the clothes that I'd like to fit into again. Okay, here we go. Some challenges for the week. Pick which ones make sense or work for you. Okay, number 1, who in your life has been influential in your faith over the years? I did not read that the way it was written. I just abridged it. Anyway, who has been influential in your faith life over the years? That's how it's written. How have they shaped it? Write down a few thoughts. So this is just a reflection exercise. You can maybe journal about it or something. But who has been influential in your faith life over the years? How have they shaped it? Write down a few thoughts. That's a nice one to try. Another one would be to crack open your current book or favorite magazine for 10 minutes during lunch. So if you are one who usually whips out your phone, right? If you're usually one to doom scroll, if you are, whatever that looks like for you, and you would rather not pull out your phone during your lunch break, crack open your current book or a favorite magazine for 10 minutes during lunch. Last week or the week before, I bought a couple of magazines from Barnes & Noble. I bought a copy of Reader's Digest. I bought a copy of a Bella Grace magazine, like one of their special edition ones. And then I bought a copy of O Reader. Did you know there's a magazine called O Reader? I haven't read it yet, but it's sitting on my kitchen table and I need to read it while I do lunch. Okay, last one. Notice the first thing you reach for or do in the morning. Okay, this is just something to think about. Notice the first thing you reach for or do in the morning. Consider whether there's a more life giving choice. If what you're reaching for or doing first thing in the morning is what it needs to be, right on. But if there is a more life giving choice, consider what that might be and if you ought to implement it. Okay. You have to divide up your exercise into 3 groups: stretching, PT, physical therapy, and strength, home cable. So far, you've only gotten through the stretch and half of PT. Hey, progress is progress. Listen, I have a 1-hour workout DVD and I can't get through the whole hour. So what I do is I do the first half on one day. Actually, lately I've been doing just the first half. So there's the part where everything is standing and then they do like the floor exercises. I've been doing all the standing exercises. Once she transitions to the floor exercise, that's when I've been cutting it. That's where I stop. And it's about at the half-hour mark. So I have been doing the first half. Last week, once I did the second half, kicked my tail. Oh my goodness. So what I'm planning on doing as I'm getting stronger is to just every day work through one half or the other. So, today I'll probably work through the first half, and then tomorrow I'll pick it up on the second half, and then the next day I'll do the first half and so forth. So just do what you can. Just do what you can. I have found that the best way to fail, to lose momentum, to lose ground, is to feel like you have to do everything perfectly. That's my biggest problem, is I think that I have to do everything, like I have to do all of it. Like there are days, so I try for half an hour. There was one day last week where I could only do 15 minutes. And I was like, that's fine. I got 15 minutes in. That was 15 minutes more than I normally would have done. And so are we expecting too much from ourselves? I think sometimes we are. I think sometimes we want to do it all, and without realizing, acknowledging the fact that we can't do everything like perfectly the first time or the first 2 times or the first 20 times. And I get frustrated at that, and I have to remind myself it's okay. This is my 3rd week of working out consistently. I'm not going to get good at this for another several weeks. And part of me is like, ugh, because I want results now. But the other part of me is like, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Do what you can, and God will do what you can. That's true too. That's true too. And part of this is just training our bodies. Like if we're talking about like wellness, sometimes it's just training our bodies, like allowing. So I told myself yesterday, because I was like tired. And so I sat down for a second and I was like, Alyssa, you have 10 plus years of sedentary life to undo. 10 plus years of a primarily sedentary life, because I sit for a living, right? And I have to undo the effects of that. That's not going to happen overnight. So whatever it is that you're working on, whether it's exercising, something like physical therapy, if you're recovering from something, or you're working through a particular physical challenge, whatever that is, remind yourself that you've had years of a situation to become what it is, for better or for worse, right? Or if something significant has happened, something significant happened. We don't recover or we don't adjust right away. So give your body time. Our bodies need time. And you have to give it what it needs. So time, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Don't bite off more than you can chew. God created our bodies to do incredible things, to endure incredible things, but they need to be handled with care. That's what I'm trying to remind myself. Let's see. You want to go on a 2,200-mile backpacking trip next year. You've been dreaming of doing this for 53 years, and you want to go. My goodness, 2,200 miles? How many days of backpacking is that? That is a lot. I'm trying to remember how many we did in 5 days. It wasn't 2,200 miles, I'll tell you that. 5 days. I forgot how many we did. Anyway, that is so cool. I hope you get to do it. Are you training for this? Are you training for it? Because it sounds like it would need a bunch of training. But that sounds amazing. Okay, so those are our challenges. Notice the first thing you reach for or do in the morning. Crack open your favorite book or favorite magazine, or your favorite magazine, current book or favorite magazine during your lunch, and ask yourself and maybe jot down some thoughts about who has been influential in your faith life. How have they shaped it? Let's see. You saw, oh, okay. You want to do the Appalachian Trail? Yep. Yep. My husband does too. My husband would love to do the Triple Crown. I don't know if that's in his future, but you know. We'll see. You saw a YouTube documentary on a dad and a son walking through the Appalachian Mountains in a year. They lost 50 pounds and they ate whatever they wanted because they could walk it off. That is one of the funnest parts. I know funnest is not a real word, but that is one of the funnest parts of backpacking is you can eat all the calories you want because you are walking them all off. I loved that when we were backpacking. Now, of course, when you're carrying all your food, it's all like dehydrated meals anyway, but still, I did enjoy that part because you just walk it all off. Walk it all off. Roughly 3,000 calories a day. Yeah. Yep. It's a lot of calories. So, I have not hiked the Appalachian. I've never been. Have I seen some of the Appalachian mountains? Anyway, we hiked in Colorado and went over a couple of mountain-like situations. But that was only once in my life. And if I tried today, I'd be so dead. I was in a completely different shape back then, almost 10 years ago. All right, you all, that is all we have for today. I hope that you have a fantastic week. Happy Holy Week as we get into Easter coming up. I hope that your week is productive, that it is gentle if it needs to be gentle, or if you need to really push through something. I hope you're able to do that. Whatever your week needs to be, I hope that you are able to accomplish that. I will be back next month. You guys, tomorrow's the last day of the month. Are we ready? Tiffany, where you been, girl? I'm so sorry. You can watch the replay. We are ending the quarter, you guys. We have officially come to the end almost of the quarter. Are we ready for a new quarter? I think I'm ready. We have no choice. Excuse me. We have no choice. So we're going to make the best of it, right? So I'll see you next month, next quarter. Have a wonderful Monday, fantastic rest of the week. If you need me, you know where to find me. And let's close out with prayer. You're finally starting. You're finally starting your year, Darlene. I love that. It's so funny because, so for those of you who don't know, I set my goals in the spring instead of at the beginning of the year. Darlene followed a similar set of choices. And so now the year is finally starting, now that it's spring. And it's so funny because I just have my all of my ducks in a row in terms of my goals. And because I'm using Power Sheets, they do a quarterly refresh, and we're at the end of the quarter. So I get to like look at my goals all over again, even though I just did them. So that is what we've got going on here. You're happy if you made it to your front gate through 5 acres. Oh, you're on some land, Miss Alma. That is awesome. It's the fiscal year. That's right, Ruben. Running it on the fiscal. All right, you all. We'll have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to pray us out, and we will talk later. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this time, for this opportunity to take a few moments to just get a little reset for the week. We're grateful for technology that allows us to do this from different parts of the country and even the world. And even for those who are watching after the fact on the replay, we're grateful that we get to do this. And we're just so in awe of your goodness and your love and your mercy. And we just ask that you would help us carry that through into our week, that we'd be loving and gracious and merciful and kind to those around us, that when they see us, they would see children of the Most High King. We ask that as we go about our week with our work and our challenges and our responsibilities, the things that we plan for, the things that we cannot foresee, the things that we that might be curveballs this week, that you would walk alongside us, that you would guide us, that you give us discernment, that you would give us grace, that you would infuse into our psyches an attitude of love and thankfulness, so we can treat others with dignity, respect, love, and mercy. I ask that as we walk through this week that leads up to the celebration of Easter, that we would be mindful of what it took for you to make the incredible decision to be a sacrifice for our sins, to be the second Adam, to undo all that we broke, all the division that we caused, all the sins that were perpetrated and have yet to be perpetrated. Father, you had given us so much in the gift of your Son, and we ask that you would help us to be mindful, that you would help us to reflect, that you would help us to be grateful, and that it would be life-changing, and we wouldn't take this for granted. We wouldn't take your sacrifice and your gift for granted, and that it would not just impact us emotionally and be something that we remember for a week, a day during this season, but that it would be something that would impact how we see you, how we see ourselves, and how we see others every day for all our lives. I ask that you would please be with those who are dealing with anything particularly struggling this week or this season, that whether it is financial, physical, whether it is emotional, relational, whatever the case is, Lord, if there's anything that is particularly difficult, that you would be in those situations, in the midst of those situations, and that your will would be done. If I've left anything out, Lord, as I know I probably have, please fill in the gaps and just continue to be with us. And we are so grateful for all of your love. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for the book recommendations. Oh, you're so welcome. And have a blessed week, you all. Thank you for hanging out. Have a great Monday, and I will talk to you. Look at this. I finally have one person. We were talking earlier about how, like, on for a few of us, it was only showing that there was one person on the call. So, like, yourself. And I was saying that mine only said 0. Like, there was nobody on this call, on this live. Now it shows that there's one person. Oh, it shows that there's 2. Okay. Thanks, YouTube, now that we're ending. All right. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.